Alright guys, today we're going to be testing this ZT-0640. This is the last one from the 4 knives that were sent in for me to test. Finally have it done. This one is in 20 CV. Cover all the normal stuff, how it's sharpened, talk about how it came, I guess you'd say the factory secondary bevel angle, what it thickened up to, going first to 17 degrees per side, then 15 degrees per side, and why that didn't matter on this particular knife. Talk about how it's sharpened, how it's dropped, all the normal things like that. So we'll go ahead and get the cutting out of the way real quick, and we'll come back and talk about all that stuff. Now that we saw that cutting, go ahead and get to everything you guys want to actually hear and see. And before we do that, if you guys would like and subscribe, helps the video get seen by a wider audience, helps get the information out there. It's free after all. I know, I'm going to keep saying it. And if you can help out in any way, covering all the shipping expenses for the loaner knives through my Patreon, I would greatly appreciate that. So we'll go ahead and get into this. When I got this in, when I first sharpened it, it was around 20 degrees per side. And at first, before I actually put the edges on it that I needed to, before I tested, didn't know what the secondary bevel angle actually was. The geometry didn't seem too bad until, like I just said, I found out it was already 20 degrees per side, and it was already over 20 thousandths behind the edge. So I did go ahead originally and sharpen it to 17 degrees per side, and I did run 2 tests that way. And then once I talked to the owner, he said sure, it was fine to take it to 15 degrees per side. I already knew going into this one that this was going to be getting a regrind, so it didn't matter how much the behind the edge measurement grew. And at 15 degrees per side, you can see there is quite a bevel on here, and it is about 35 thousandths behind the edge now. Not sure if every single one is this way. This particular example, though, absolutely is that way. I know some other ZTs I've had in, they can get quite thick, which is unfortunate. Sharpening, I could definitely tell that this was kind of soft. Definitely not the hardest 20 CV that I have ever sharpened. Not much of any stone skate to speak of. And when I originally went from 20 degrees per side to 17 degrees per side, I did set a timer before I started, and it was under 6 minutes to completely apex this on both sides with a 3-degree drop in the secondary bevel. That is pretty soft. It took about the same amount of time to drop it from 17 to 15. It deburred okay. The apex came up pretty nice. Maybe not as nice as I'd like, but it came up okay, and it deburred okay. So the 17 degree per side test, that was edge 3 and 4. And on the first test, 137 feet fine edge, 42 feet working edge, for a total of 179 feet. Sharpened it again, everything the same way. Ran the 17 degree per side verification, 136 feet fine edge, 46 feet working edge, for a total of 182 feet. About like any other ZT that I have tested. Then I dropped the bevel to 15 degrees per side. That would be edge 5 and 6. The first test at 15 degrees per side, which is where it's sitting now, 153 feet fine edge, 64 feet working edge, for a total of 217 feet. Sharpened it one more time. Ran the test to verify it, 151 feet fine edge, 68 feet working edge, for a total of 219 feet. Better than any other ZT that I have run so far. And I have tested some that you guys never saw for whatever reason. So far, though, definitely the best one. And unfortunately, that's about average to maybe average on the better side for a lot of the M390 20CV 204P, that if I had to guess, this is probably 59.5, maybe 60. Could be worse. This compares numbers wise to my RSK in 20CV, so it will definitely be usable. Not going to last as long as I would like it to. Not my knife, though. I do like the design, but I would like to see the heat treat be better. The good thing, though, is I do like this model, and it is riding on phosphor bronze washers. So I may just have to get one and do a reblade on it. Think would actually be a pretty cool knife in crew wear, 4V, something like that. But I definitely like it. It's comfortable to use. Big enough for me to get a good grip on it in pretty much any grip. Did enjoy having it. Not bad, though, compared to some of the other ZT20CV I've seen. I mean, Kenny had a 0562 and it was only 57. I've tested enough really soft 20CV M390 to know that's At best, that's going to be like S35VN, maybe 150 feet total cutting. So, not bad. I think how much I like it could actually make up for something like that. I'd definitely like to see it run harder, especially for the money that these cost. None of these are cheap. They're all well over $200. Some of them approaching $300. You have one. Like to hear your thoughts on it. How does yours work for you? I know I've already talked to a couple people. Some aren't so happy with theirs. Others are perfectly happy with it. If you have some ZT20CV, how is yours? How do you like it? I may get around to doing the only ZT that I have. I like the design more than I care about how long it actually cuts for. So I'll try to get to that one soon. In the meantime, here's another ZT data point. That's all I have for this one. As always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.